We're gonna get him set up. I gotta see if I can find my feature roller. I don't know if I have it or not. You'll get Harry set up. I gotta make a flange for him. And the go-to for the flanges is always going to be playing cards. Now with Harry, I gotta cut the flange right here on the ears. So I gotta go here, across the top of the head, down around the ears, and down around the chin, right here. That'll all be one piece. Just the rest of it will be another piece. So I have to make an decision. I've already done it right here, but I gotta make sure I can get these cards on here. I'll try to do that top-wise because I can do a flange from here. I'll make that. I usually use a pizza roller because I can roll it, but I want to try to get this corner stuck in his ear here. So when I fiberglass him, it doesn't come off. I don't want to do too big of a thing. So let me get a sculpting tool. It's got a little edge on it. Where is my... Oh, shit. Got a flat head. This will work. That one might work. That's a thick one. I've got a little flathead sculpting tool. Alright, I think that'll work. And just a small box of tools I've got. I've got a huge thing of tools. That might work. I'm gonna bring you guys in closer and see what I'm doing. It always helps when I'm making these YouTube videos that you guys see what I'm doing up close. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to make a line right here on the top of the ears. Okay. And I gotta go in the corner right here. I'll push that in the clay a little bit. Make an indentation. And then follow this line right here. All the way around the back of the head. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just making a line where it'll go to the other ear and down across it. Okay? And I'll put these cards in there when I can make this a deep enough impression. So I'll take a flat scoop or a knife or something like that. I don't want to go in too deep because there's this hollow underneath here. But the groove's got to be deep enough that I can put the clay in there. Or not the clay, the cards in there. I can always back this with plaster, but I'm trying not to do that this time. You know what? I'll take a little bit of clay here, a soft clay, and make a groove where I can do that with. Let's put it this way. I'll take a little clay, pinch it up, and put it down on behind it. Kind of make a little mini flange. And that way I can put the card in the clay, like so. And that'll harden up. See, and I'll hold the card up like that. And then when it hardens up, I can go in and scoop that clay off. Right here, hang on. Look at this, look at this, look at this mess. Look at this mess. I'll put that up under there. Hold that up on the back side against the card. It wants to come out. Well, see, the idea is to tape these cards together with packing tape as well. Goes in a groove. Back it with a little bit of clay. Oh, son of a bitch. Shit. Hold that, will you, Harry? Hold that right there. And then cards are falling apart, so I gotta tape them together. Push them in there, but then I want the bottom pieces to support them. There we go. So all I'm doing is taking a little bit of soft clay, putting it up underneath, pressing it against it, and then against the cards. And it's creating like a little ridge to support the cards, like a cliff type thing. You know, they're making like a suspended walkway or some shit. I'll put the cards in there. Take a little bit of piece of clay. Put that in there. Mash it up under the bottom. That way the card has something to rest on. And it's not solely being supported by the weight of the itself. Because I'm going to be fiberglassing this as it sits. But I got silicone at first. over there. Around here. The tricky part is getting around the ears with these cards, because I can't have any fiberglass go over the back of the ears. I've got to be right down the middle on this, because if you get it over the back, it'll lock up. So I'm just going to take a plain card and put it right here. Oh, son of a bitch. I could cut them, but I don't want to cut them because I want a big flange. More clay. Ooh, a little bit of clay down here. Okay. I use that soft clay, tack up the back of the cards so it will support the flange, and I'm going to bend this. I'll support the flange and the card at the same time. Like I said, I could put blaster bandages around there, but I still want to do this kind of like this to set it up. To where it'll fit. Okay. That card needs to be taped down. Let me go get, find some tape. I'll get my blue tape. I'll be right back. Painter's tape. Painter's tape, painter's tape. Where's my painter's tape? I don't get I've already shipped down that stuff. Painter's tape. Where are you? Now, as usual, I can't find anything. I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, painter's tape is somewhere around here. Ah, got it. Got it. I knew I bought rolls and rolls and rolls of this stuff. Shit. There we go. This is really Scotch painter's tape. That's all you really need for this. There we go. You'll find out where the lip is, right here. Okay. Look, is it cut in half? Must be. Okay, now take a long strip of painter's tape and put it down on these cards to hold them together. And cut off this end here real quick. There it is. Cut that right there. Now, if I think there's going to be a problem in the corner with the fiberglass leaking through, I will put the painter's tape right there on the corner. I did not know this was dual strip painter's tape. Apparently, oh, look at that, look at that. No wonder. That's 2 goddamn rolls. I was sitting there going, why the fuck did they cut this thing in the middle? Looking like one big roll of painter's tape. And then go right up against the sculpt where the cards join, any gaps and everything that are on there. Put that on there like that. Now there's a card supposed to be right here. What the fuck happened? There it is. Okay. Push the card in. Now one that on the bottom that doesn't want to be supported. So what I gotta do is I gotta come up from the bottom and do it. Like so. And cut the cards. Instead of going over the top on the ears, I gotta go from the bottom. Turn here a little bit. Lady, you're fucking heavy as hell. I'm gonna wreck my back. Son of a bitch. And get that little thing here. Do another line right here. Right along his jaw. Put that card in there. And put that tape back up on the back of the card. Oh, my back is killing me. I didn't tell y'all I had a bad back, did I? I got low back problems from years of truck driving. Just push that card in there a little bit. With the tape. God damn it. What's up, Mark? I'm doing good. My back is killing me, but other than that, I'm alright. That's the one thing about doing this. Having bad back, oh my God. I can't stand for long. I gotta make some kind of a seat or something that I can sit on. Or kneel down or something. Usually I have a bucket over here that I can sit on while I work. Latex bucket or something. I've got hundreds of thousands or hundreds of buckets. I don't throw them away. I stack them up outside the shop. Oh, God, I gotta sit down. Okay. Now, the same ground I got this level, I can see when I got holes on the bottom of the cards, like right here on the ear. There's a gaping hole that needs to be filled. You know what? Poker cards are lightweight. They're somewhat flexible. I used to use clay a lot, but I opted to not do that because one of my friends that is in the industry, the Hollywood industry, said, dude, one of the best things you could use is poker cards, playing cards. They're cheap, they're effective, and they work just as good. The only thing is you got to keep them stable. You fuck with them too much, they'll come off. Now try not to get too deep a groove to put them in, because that will make a seam that will be hard to clean up in the final thing, because it's going to be fiberglass, going to be foam, urethane rubber, resin, not latex. If it was latex, it'd be different. So, I'll take this and make this groove just a little bit deeper here to put this in. But I don't want to, because the underside of this is hollow, I do not want to punch holes through it, because that will allow the resin on the fiberglass to seep in there and get in behind it and really fuck it up. But the problem I got right here, I'll put this groove in here. And these cards will fit in there. There's that soft clay build up behind it, like a wall, like a flange wall. That's what I gotta do, is keep filling that up. And people are like, why you don't make a damn clay wall all the way down? Because I don't want to. I don't want seams on this thing. This thing has to be where there are no seams on it. Reinforce this on the bottom again. The only thing is, like I said, where I've got holes at the bottom, I got to put clay up under there just to fill those holes from the bottom to the top, because you don't want any resin or fiberglass to leak through these cards to the bottom. So the tape helps and the clay helps. Tape is better than clay because the resin will not stick to it. But then I get a little bit of fiberglass support from the God damn it. Gotta push down. This whole thing wants to move, and the kite just hardens up, falls off. Isn't it funny? So funny. You don't know what you're doing. So funny. I can hear it now. There we go. Just build that up right there. So this way I'm not having to do a big clay wall. I'm just doing a little support thing with the cards. Making sure that the cards stick on it. The tape holds them down. So the only problem I got with this is if I do Kong or another one and I use the back of this as a fiberglass mold and then redo the face on the new one, there's going to be this ear piece here. So I'm going to have something that has ears where I can use the back of the ears in the same mold. So I can use the back of the form and the shoulders for the same piece. And not all gorillas have ears that stick out. I mean, Kong sure didn't. So, good Lord. I'll put that on top. My buddy Ken Walker's the only other one that I've known that's done a Bigfoot. So I'm following in his footsteps. He did a fatty. I'm doing a hairy. Somebody said that Rick Baker would be proud. Oh, shit. I wish Rick Baker could see this. I might post it up on the Instagram and see if somebody sees it. Put that in there. Come on, Harry, you big, hairy, heavy son of a bitch. Shit. push that in there a little bit. The fingers tape on there. A little bit on this corner to hold these cards up. A little bit of clay, put it up under. When y'all are doing this melted clay, use it at a warm temperature, because if you do it with a little low temperature, it's going to get hot. And you can burn yourself really easily if you're not careful. I started this thing, I ended up burning my fingers for a little bit, because I grabbed $1 for this clay, and boy was it hot. Gonna go right here. And just line all the way to the ear. Now, I discovered using flame cards when I was doing Cujo, and I've never not done it since with flame cards. Because I had a hell of a time with Cujo trying to get that flange put up with clay and all that, and it wouldn't hold up, and then the weight of the fiberglass was, you know, all that shit. The resin and all that, and it just kind of was a learning experience when I first started out with that, how to make flanges with cards. This is actually from Harry and the Hendersons. This is from a movie. Harry and the Hendersons. That's the first one that I wanted to do, just to make give Harry a body. Because it's a mask. Paul Lorre is the original sculptor for it, but I bought the production rights from him for it. Paul Lorre's over in England. And he's done a number of gorilla, things like that. And I was talking to him for a few years about Kong and how I could make an open mouth, and he said, "Oh, I got a mask," and he's doing Harry, and I got a blank from him a few years ago, and then he's like, "Well, I think I'm gonna sell Harry's, production rights and all that." I'm like, "Well, shit, I would love to have him because I could make a body for him and do all that." And it was really, yeah. So I know I said I wouldn't buy masters and stuff anymore. This is the actual last one that I'll ever buy, because pretty much I want to sculpt. And this actually gives me incentive to sculpt a Bigfoot of my own. I can start with Harry, and I make the body, the back of the head and the body, and then I can just take this off, sculpt my own with the same proportions, put it on, and then have, it's a dual purpose thing. So I can make Kong in this size. I could make Sasquatch in this size. I can make somebody said they'd love to see me do a Neanderthal man. And I'm like, wow, okay. I've never thought about that. A Neanderthal bust. I think that would be a one-off, though. I don't know too many people that want a caveman hanging on the wall. But I am a Bigfoot enthusiast, believe it or not. Ever since I saw the movie Boggy Creek, way back in the 70s when I was a kid, that movie scared the shit out of me. It scared me then, it scares me now. And I've actually been to Boggy Creek and have talked to the guy. He's dead now, but I talked to him that actually saw the creature. They call it the creature, Boggy Creek Monster. And he actually found a body. And the government took photos of it and shit, but the government swooped in and claimed it and did all that shit and tried to get him to, you know, stay quiet about all that, and he wouldn't do it. Legend of Boggy Creek, the original 1975 movie, I think. And the guy's name was Crabtree. Ray Crabtree, I think. Well, I gotta get this flange built up right here. Like I said, the soft clay, and it looks like poop. But you roll it around, and it'll harden up. It gets all in your hands. That's that plastilina now. That's that plastilina. It's not got as much oil as the monster clay, so, you know, what's his name is a little correct on that. However, it does work to the same degree and extent as monster clay. You can soften it up. You can mold it. Do all that. After this, I got to mold up Big Girl. Big Girl's a T-Rex that I've had. I digitally designed that, really what I did, and I cheated a little bit on it. I'll be honest about that. I did 3D print that, but I didn't. It comes from a photograph, a series of photographs that I scanned, or had somebody scan for me, and they had one of those early 3D scanners, and I took the 3D images that they scanned, and I put it in God damn it. I put it in the program, which is called ZBrush, and I'm just going to have to do this fucking thing laying down. Jesus Christ, I can't pin this. ZBrush, and molded it through ZBrush. And it turned out pretty good. And that was 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And I haven't molded it. I've had it under here. Been trying to get it done. Haven't molded her. Because she's like in 6 pieces. And I had to take it, break it down from 6 to 3 pieces. And, God damn it. Get this clay down here. Build this clay up here behind the ears. Thank you. There we go. Now it's like, instead of her being, when I printed her, she was like in 6 pieces, because I had one of the CRTN printers, and I was able to get her done in like 6 pieces. Now I put it together into 3 basic pieces: upper jaw, lower jaw, and the teeth, inside and out. And now I've got 3 pieces where she's she is in 3 pieces. The head's 1 piece, and then the inserts for the mouth are 2. So I've got to block her off both sides down the middle, which I'm going to use clay and cards again. And then silicone that. I've got the inside of the mouth siliconed already. I've done that already. I did that a while back. Well, like I said, I get interrupted with these projects, and I can't finish them because interruptions. So that's the frustrating thing. But now things have slowed down from, Halloween and all that, so I got, time to work on these other projects. I got that Tom Cruise mask. I'm still got to do research on the hair for that. Try to find out if it's going to be a successful herring project for that. I'm going to make a Tom Cruise / Mission Impossible silicone mask. There's more clay. Ooh wee! Go put that on her. God, this stuff gets warm and hot. Man. Y'all can see this. He'll be a big boy. He's not going to be heavy, I don't think. He's just going to be big. I'll take the soft clay and just build it up under there. Come on, stick to the cards. Stick to Harry. Just frickin' stick, will you? Shit. Alright. There we go. Come on. He got to weigh a good 20 pounds maybe as it stands now. Because this is probably about 25, 30 pounds of clay. I know this was at least 15. And then the head. Because the head's solid throughout except for the outside edges. Those are hollow. And then all this is a little hollow here. Matter of fact, I see a tiny hole got to fetch here. There we go. Let's read this out just a little bit. Damn. Got some areas here that need a little smoothing. Tired when I did this the other night, so I didn't have time to go over and look at it and fucking give a close eye and shit on it and everything. So there's little holes and stuff where I put the clay on there and didn't patch it up and smooth it out. I don't really need it smooth, because it's going to be laid over with hair. But I do need it to be covered. So I'm trying to push that in there and just kind of fill in those little gaps and holes and shit. When I fiberglass it, I don't want a bunch of rough stuff. That's why I'm going to do this first. And then get it again, go back over it, smooth some of the stuff out. The little edges of the foam here. Just kind of get in here and take some clay and rub over like your shoulders. Get somewhat a smooth consistency with it. That way the resin is not like getting in there and making indentations and stuff. It doesn't need to be baby wet smooth, but I just don't want a lot of lines and shit in the mold. Dents and shit like that. Because when I go to pour the foam will get in there and then you go to pull it out and it'll hang on to it and I want to get in the creases and stuff and stay. And that's not good. So I just take clay and smooth it over. Get all those little deep grooves and stuff out. I don't want to take the clay away because that takes away from his bulk. You want to add to it. So, and you got thick neck. I don't want thin neck Sasquatch. Y'all got any questions? Just feel free to ask. Shit. I'm sitting there talking to myself. You know what? You know who played that Bigfoot, don't you? And the $6 Million Man? I remember seeing that when I was a kid, too. $6 Million Man and the Incredible Hulk were on... The Incredible Hulk was on Friday night. The $6 Million Man was on Sunday. And Dallas and the Dukes of Hazzard were... It was in... was it Dukes of Hazzard, the Incredible Hulk, and then Dallas on Friday nights. And then $6 Million Man was on Sunday. Bionic Woman was on Wednesdays. You'd be surprised. I spent a fair amount of time, my childhood, in the 70s, in front of the TV. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. And I just remember all of that. Because I spent... Love Boat. Love Boat was another one on Friday nights. I couldn't stand it. My foster sister, Janet McDaniel. Oh, she loved her. She loved the Love Boat. Fuck. I couldn't stand it. I didn't mind Dallas. I wasn't really into it. I didn't get into Dallas until I got older. And then, of course, they did that follow-up with the new generation. And I really like that. That one that was just a few years back. But I wasn't into soap operas and shit, you know. General Hospital and all that garbage. But yeah, I can remember TV schedules from when I was a kid. That's weird. I say not autism, Asperger's, part of my fucking craziness that I can remember shit like that. I bet you I'll be 70 years old and still can remember the TV schedule from 1970s. Shit. Okay, thing, Harry. God damn. Oh, fuck. Plaster on here. Got plaster dust and shit on it. I'll put that on there and just get that around there. Smooth this out a little bit. And then I'm going to take a break, give my back a rest, and I'll get out here and start fiberglassing when it gets warmer. I'm going to put a seam line right here. Make sure that gets filled in. So no resin leaks through this and the cards. Ow! This is hot. A little bit warmer. Not burning hot, but it's warm. I also advise you guys to check with your wife before you David Cordy, is he? Send him my way. Send him my way. Send David Cordy my way if he wants anything that I make. I've still got a few back here that are for sale. So Marcus Medina, I cannot come up with the damn money for that Necromicon. I just spent $70 sending off a mask to Uruguay today. And I can't find the funds to get that Necromicon. So I do apologize for that. I'm still having trouble with that. I'm going to put some tape over that. I do not want that clay showing up in the mold. So go over this thing, make sure I've got it all the way down, all the gaps are filled. Oh my goodness, I still got it. Oh, still got to fill around these areas here with clay. Smooth out some of these gaps and just slap the clay, the warm clay, I just slapped it on there. And then go in and smooth some of this out. He's going to have hair laid on him. It's not going to be sculpted hair, because I don't do sculpted hair. just take that and kind of rough it out a little bit. Smooth it. I do want some texture to it being rough for the foam, so you know the hair will lay nicely, but I just don't want it to be deep holes where the resin will get in there and grab it and then make holes in the foam when it gets cast. So does he make the hockey mask, Mark, or does he make like the heads and stuff? Or does he build the whole thing? Because I have yet seen anybody besides myself build a Vengeance. I'll tell you what, Marcus, if I get this thing cast up, I guarantee you the first one I sell, because this is going to be a big piece, it's going to be upwards of $1,000 for this. With all the work that goes into it, it's going to be right up there with Cujo and those other big boys. Only going to be about $1,100 to $1,200 a piece. So the materials are not cheap and everything, so I don't know how many of these guys I'll sell, but they're not going to be inexpensive. But you're going to take a shit ton of fur. That's going to be expensive. That's the main part. I may have to go high end for some of this fur. There's a company out there that makes yak hair and shit, and they make it, you know, they don't make it by the yard. But the fur that I usually use for the bears might work. But I'm thinking also it's going to be a lot of Myers hair type crepe fur shit. Alpaca and llama fur for the neck and the body. So I have to go back and see if I can get in touch with Rick Baker, find some photos and shit, and ask him if what they use. I'm just going to push this in there. Ooh-wee. God, dog, now it's starting to burn. Damn. That's what happens when you leave it in there too long. It starts to get real hot, even if it's warm. And it'll heat up and get hot. But it cools off quickly. David Cordy, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll accept that friend request. I gotta get done with this real quick, and then I'll go inside, take a break, have some coffee, play a little Elden Ring, relax my back, Yes, I'm 57 years old and I play video games. I'm not ashamed of it. I've been playing video games since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Atari, all that shit. I've been addicted for years. Timu keeps messaging me about stupid stuff. Every 5 seconds, oh, you're a winner, you're this, you're that, look, I don't want it. I got my fishing lures, leave me the fuck alone. Shit. Timu is a good site, but goddamn, they're annoying. You go to a bait shop and buy fishing lures and they cost you $20. You go to Timu, you get the same thing, and it costs you $2. So it's like a 200% markup, 100% markup or something on the fucking bait shops and stuff. God. And all this clay is recyclable too. What do I play? I'm playing Elden Ring right now. I've had to restart that thing about 6 times because I was running around trying to explore stuff and run into areas I wasn't built up for. And, you know, there'd be like a big, what do they call them, knights? Some kind of knight would jump out. And when you kill these guys, they stay dead, but everything else respawns. And I forgot what the knights are called. They're like the big guys. I killed a couple last night, and was in this underworld Nakai or whatever, Nakai or something like that. And I got behind the waterfalls, found a secret area, and jellyfish led me to where that was, and floating jellyfish. Like a medieval type game. You can be, you know, a sorcerer, you can be a fighter, you can even be a damn samurai. And that was what I picked, was the samurai, because I like the weapons. But then I ended up using this thing called the Bloodfang sword and built that up. And I've got all kinds of creatures, dragons and all kinds of shit. And I'm just now at the level where I can walk up to dragons and beat the hell out of them without getting killed. But I have a little help from a ghost girl who's an archer. She can't move. She just stays in one place and shoots these magic bolts at them, magic arrows, and helps me beat these dragons. But I can run around and distract the dragon while she shoots him. On horseback. It's a really good game. It really is. It's huge. Everybody's running around talking about Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I'm like, shit. Spider-Man doesn't have dragons and shit. Spider-Man doesn't have giant crabs and stuff like that jumping out of the ground at you. I'll get the Spider-Man eventually. I think the last superhero game I played was Superman when it came out. And that was good, but it got boring pretty quick. I was going in here and filling out these lumps and bumps and filling in these stuff with the clay, just putting it in to fill in gaps and stuff and smooth it out a little bit. Because when I did this, all I did was take warm clay and slap it down to build this up. And I just gotta go in here and smooth it out just a little bit. Bring it back around here. Oh, God. The one thing I love about taxidermy, I have an endless supply of foam, pretty much. And I never waste foam. If you cut pieces and stuff like that, you can build stuff with it, like this. Use the cut pieces, put them together, brush some foam on top of it, seal it, do all that shit, and make new forms with it. And then build on that. Whee! Rockabye baby in the treetops. Rockabye fairy. Whee! Okay, a little bit right here on the neck, and I think we're good. Just smooth that out a little bit right there. I want to kind of get this done before I start fiberglassing later. Mark, did you ever see the movie Rampage with Dwayne Johnson? Somebody asked me if I'd do a George for him. I said, yeah, let me get this first. I'll take Kong, remold that, remold the head anyway. I got the silicone sleeves I made him in. And I can do a George and make it all white fur instead of white fur and pink eyes on a form like this. That's going to be a big boy to ship too. I don't know. It's going to take UPS to do it. I just don't know about, I'm worried about the boxes. I want to find a supply of boxes to get this thing shipped in. That's the one thing. Because I can't break them down. It's going to be a one piece. But I managed to get the Elvis, the Pachosaurus. I managed to ship that off to a girl. That was years ago though. A couple of years ago. So I think I can find boxes for him. And he was bigger than this. Alright, I think we're about done here. I guess. Like I said, my buddy Ken Walker, who's a fellow taxidermist, did a life-size, arms, legs, feet, head, hands, out of foam. He built a Patterson, he calls it Patty, but it's a Patterson Bigfoot. And you guys might see memes of him riding, he's actually riding the Sasquatch, drinking a Guinness beer. So, that's Ken Walker. He's a Canadian dude. Lives up in Canada. Ken, if you see this, hey buddy. I gotta unplug the damn pot now. I'm out of clay. Whew. Been wanting to do this for a while. Ken kind of inspired me on it. There's a documentary out there. Ken did a documentary on it. I don't know if it ever got released to DVD. I did see it, but woo-wee. Oh boy. Okay, his head done, neck done. I think he's pretty much done. Let's smooth this out. Put him in the chest area. Oh no, go. Oh, okay. I gotta take a break now. God, there you are, big boy. Okay. Alright. So that'll pretty much do it for right now. I'm going to try to get on fiberglassing him this weekend because it's supposed to be nice and warm. So I'll be able to get out here and do some good fiberglassing with this. I'll turn this ear here. With strip line of tape right there. There we go. Little strip line tape. Right along the ears here. This way, no resin goes anywhere I don't want it to go. Hold all these cards together. Keep the seam on there. And eliminate any holes that might come where the resin will come up under it. amount of clay that it would take to build a flange would be so heavy. That's why I use flaring cards. It'd be very hard to support this thing unless I put clay blocks all the way up under it. I don't want to do that. For fiberglass that I use, I use simple auto body fiberglass. The stuff right here. Bondo, fiberglass resin, and then I have 3 different types of fiberglass cloth that I use. I use the regular mat right here. I use the cloth, which is like a woven thing, and then I use tissue paper. So for all the details and stuff, so I have to silicone this top part because I'm going to be doing the teeth and resin. This is going to be a urethane skin right here. So this has to get silicone, and that's the next step. Now, if I did want to just do a foam form, I could fiberglass them, but I couldn't put urethane rubber in behind that because it will get into the fiberglass and stick, because fiberglass is porous. So anything that has holes and pores will not work for anything like urethane rubber. You have to have something that doesn't stick to, like silicone, to put fiberglass, put the urethane rubber in. Now the rest of the body will be, the back of the head and the body will be in fiberglass. I don't have to worry about making urethane rubber for that. I just want the head, like Kong, to have a skin feel to it when you touch it. So it feels like real skin. No, this will be Gary. This will not be I have the latex version right here. This is the latex version right here. Okay. That's all that is. It's just the head. I mean, got a little bit of the back of the head, but I couldn't use that. I had to take like the front and the chin. So this is going to be urethane rubber backed with foam. The teeth are going to be resin. The eyes are going to be custom designed. I'm going to make the eyes. I've got these eye forms in here to make the eyes because I make my own eyes. And the body will be foam. And that's done to make it lightweight so you can hang them on the wall. Put a deer hanger on the back of it, hang it on the wall. Well, I wanted to make a full size, like a life-size hairy type thing, but not the full whole, body thing. But I wanted to at least make the head and the upper body. But somebody said, oh, you can make a mask. You can go out in the woods and shit. And I'm like, nope, I'm not getting shot for that bullshit. Somebody wants a big head to put on the wall, put this on there. Don't put mine on there. Put my head in the mask and cut my head off and put the fucking my head in the mask up on the wall. No. Put this thing up on the wall. We do have Bigfoot out here in North Carolina, not too far from where I live. There's a place called the Huari National Forest. The general store actually was the headquarters for finding Bigfoot. God damn it, when they came down here to look for him, they didn't find it. Matt Moneymaker couldn't find his ass with both hands, I'll tell you that much. I know that guy. He used to be, I don't know if he still is, but he used to be a bit of a con artist back in the day. This is a display. This is a display. I could make a mask to wear, but it's going to be difficult. It's so big, you really couldn't wear it comfortably. I can probably look at making something like that. But right now, I'm just making a display. There's going to be a solid foam body. And then the head's going to be urethane rubber with foam backed in it. So, like Kong is a urethane rubber foam back wall hanger. And that's what I'm doing with this, making a wall hanger. And he's got a slight turn, so he looks to the right a little bit, or the left, sorry. I figured to give him personality if he was looking to the left a little bit. That way he's just not like a regular taxidermy mount and looking straight on at everybody, like the deer and shit do. That's the one thing I couldn't stand, and it's not knocking fellow taxidermists and shit, but deer heads look all the same. I mean, they're beautiful, but they look the same. So there's no originality in anything that's done in taxidermy. You know, you see a snow goose or whatever, or raccoons or anything like that. That's why I thought, you know what, I'm going to step up my game and do horror stuff with taxidermy. That's why I make Cocaine Bear, Katahdin, which is the bear from Prophecy, the movie, which is a good one. That's 1978, I think. Talia Shire. Adrian from Rocky is on that one. That's kind of an eco film about mercury poisoning up in Maine. And they have a logging company, and they're dumping waste byproducts in the water. The animals are drinking water, and they're coming up with babies with birth defects and shit, like big, giant, everything gets bigger. So like giant bears and giant deer and all that shit. Just giant salmon, everything. Everything's bigger. But everything's pissed off too. So tape gotta stay down. Get a little bit right here on the corners. I'm going to smooth out his forehead a little bit. For the color on. One more piece there. Down here. And I gotta do a little bit of adjusting here. Get a little tape off. Oh, damn. Damn, fucking big. Alright. Oh, keep the tape popping up. Shit. Son of a bitch. One more little thing right here. And then I'm going to call it quits for a while. I'll see if I can get tips for Rick Baker on Instagram. And get some photos and post it up. See what Rick Baker thinks. See if he can give me, yeah, fucking big, alright. Yes, I tend to do things on a large scale. Cujo's big. Velociraptor's big. This is the third biggest thing I've done. This is actually the biggest thing I've done so far. And then Tigra, Clever Girl is, I mean, the bears are large. Here's one for Cocaine Bear right here that I've got the foam mold for Cocaine Bear. That's okay, that's kind of big, but it's not as big. And then Big Girl is right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is a T-Rex that I've had for a few years. I have yet to mold. She's down here too. This will be the next one I get done. When I get done with this one. And that was a 3D print that I designed and did years ago. And I got the mold for the mouth. I haven't done anything with it though, because I split it down the middle, mold it in 2 parts, and then the teeth inserts have to be done. Every time I got to doing her, fucking get interrupted and shit, and ran out of silicone, but now I got to resupply silicone so I can do that. But then things like this come up, and while I've got it on my mind and motivated, you know, I still want to do it. So there we go. Flip it around. See? Cards all the way around. Making a flange that stays and sticks. And then the underside, where his neck and the back of the shoulders, back of the head, all that's going to be, all this is going to be one piece, and then this is going to be a separate. So there we go. All right. I need to get some pictures and try to get a hold of Rick Baker, see if he can unpainted version price. This is not going to be something that's unpainted. I would probably do a urethane rubber resin if it's going to be quote unquote a blank. It's going to be a few $100s, Gary. A finished one is going to be probably about $1,100–1,200. I would think maybe a blank would be about $500–600, maybe. I don't know. I have to figure out what the weight, the cost of the materials against all that. But this is going to be probably one of the more expensive pieces I have. Cujo, as it stands, you see Cujo back there. He's right at about $800, $900, because it costs a couple $100, about $100 and some to ship that to Texas. So I've got a Harry here that's done, but he just hangs on the wall. That's going to get replaced with that one. And then, of course, the bears, you know, they're $300–400. But, see, I haven't even sold a pike yet. I haven't even done that and I've sold it. I got to redo that. But, and then there's this guy's, see, this is Kong. This is the original. This is where the idea came from. And that's just basically the head. Now I can take that same head, cut this mouth, open him up, and I've got teeth and stuff that I've made so I can use to put the teeth in there and then put that head on that body. And this is a Katahdin bear from Foxy. You know, that's like $350 or something like that, $400 something. I forget where it is, but see, I can take that same head, use an open mouth, because I've got a mask here that I can use as a guidance for this, and put that on here. That's why I kind of blocked that off, so I could proportionally make the same size. And I just do, quote unquote, what we call in taxidermy industry, change out heads for a body form. So I can do several different things with this body structure. So, yeah, Giovanna is one of my close friends. I love that. No, the shark, this right here is my buddy Mike B. Schultz. He lives up the road from me in Asheville, close to Asheville. I bought this thing from him about 4 or 5 years ago. And it was one of the things I wanted to have on my wall was a shark head. Also, he has replicas of the Jaws teeth. I bought those from him. I also got this fin from him, which is about a half-size roof fin. Shark fin. And I was going to do this with my boat, was put duck weights on there and tow it behind the boat in the lake and scare a bunch of people and get on video, but I haven't been able to do anything because that boat is way too damn big. And but all those shark things came from my buddy Mike B. Schultz, Shark City Ozark. You can see his work on Facebook too. Now, if you guys want to know more about that, just hit me up and I'll link you to him. Okay. All right. So let me get some pictures of this and get a hold of Rick Baker, see what he can tell me about the fur that they use. And I'll see you guys later when I get back into silicone molding and fiberglassing this thing, okay? Appreciate it.